glad to meet you all again with another video. I am Miss Madhu. Today we are doing grade 8 physics lesson electricity. So, can you imagine a world without electricity? Obviously not, because in the modern society, most of the time we are using much more appliances which uses electricity. So, this electricity is generated in power stations. Here I have attached a picture of a power station, and in this lesson we are using some units. So, when you are doing these calculation in this lesson, you have to use these units accurately, because it is much more necessary when you are in the exam. If you don't use these units properly, you won't get the whole marks. So, let us see what are the units. Ampere as the unit of current, Coulomb as the unit of charge, Joule as the unit of energy, Ohm as the unit of resistance, seconds as the unit of time, volt as the unit of voltage, and watt as the unit of power. So, you have to have these symbols in your mind in order to get the whole marks. Right. When we turn on an electric appliance at house, the electricity starts to travel from main supply. So, this electricity coming from the main supply connects through an underground cable. So, this cable connects to a electric meter. This electric meter will help us to measure the units that we consumed during the day or a month. In there, the cable is connected to a consumer unit or a fuse box, which contains fuses or circuit breakers. So, we will discuss about fuses and circuit breakers later. These circuit breakers are safety devices which shut off the electricity in a circuit if there is a large current flow or a power shortage. Here I have shown a picture. This is called ring main circuit. In this picture you can clearly identify three kinds of wires: brown colored one, blue colored one, and green colored one. We can name these wires as live wire, neutral wire, and earth wire. So, the live wire normally in brown color, and the neutral wire is in blue color, and the earth wire is in green color. So, these are the main three colors you can see in the ring main circuits. Plugs and sockets. Here you can see the picture of a socket and how it is made up of. Here also you can see those three wires: blue, brown, and green. Plugs and sockets in different countries may look different, but the principles of electrical wiring are similar. What does that mean? The principle of electrical wiring. The principle is, when we are making a socket, they are using the neutral wire or the blue wire to the left side, brown wire to the right side, and the green straightly to the down. And the next main point that you have to have in the mind is, the main electricity supplied to home is between 220 watts and 240 watts. This is the maximum amount of voltage that we are getting to our houses. This is a much higher voltage than a cell or a battery as well. Next, safety devices. We are going to talk about fuses. Here is the symbol of a fuse. A fuse is a, we discussed, it is a safety device that we are using in a circuit. It is something in cylindrical shape. In that cylindrical shape thing, inside that you can see a metallic wire. When there is an high voltage flow, what will happen is this metallic wire will melt, so that the current won't flow from here to here. So, it will save us from getting electrified. Earth wire, the green colored wire that I showed you earlier, it is the earth wire is an additional safety wire. You can see in this picture here a metallic cased appliance we have. To that appliance the wires are connected. The earth wire is connected directly to the ground. So, when you are working with electricity, if there is an high voltage flow, this earth wire will help that voltage to get to the ground. So, we won't get electrified. Double insulation. Some appliances do not have metal cases, and so there is no risk of them becoming electrified. You know, metal is a good electricity conductor, so that we can't use metal to make electric appliances. Here they are telling that such appliances are said to be double insulated, as they have 2 layers of insulation. How these 2 layers are there? Insulation around the wires themselves. Inside the appliance there are wires now, so those wires also insulated, and outer of the appliance, it is made up of non-metallic cases like plastic, fiber, those kind of thing, you know, those are non-metallic, means those are electric insulators, which means it won't through the electric insulators electricity cannot travel. So, we won't get electrified. Electric power. So, from here we are going to know how we are going to find the electric power of an appliance. Power is measured in joules per second or watts. We can use these joules per second, watts, these two. The power of an appliance is related to the voltage across it and the current flowing through it. So, here is the formula that we can use to find the power. We will see how we are going to apply it. A 230 watt television takes a current of 3 amperes. Calculate the power of the television. So, here we are using the formula P equals I multiplied by V. So, the amperes 3 amperes, voltage is 230, and we will get the power as 690 watts. This is how we have to do the calculation. Second one, calculate the correct fuse that should be used for 230 volts 1 kilowatt electric hair dryer. So, here they are expecting us to find the fuse I. So, here we have to rearrange the formula. I equals to P divided by V. So, the power is 1 kilowatt. So, kilowatt have to be converted into watts. 1000 watts voltage is 230. We can get the final answer as 4. .35 amperes. Last, calculate the energy transferred by 60 watts bulb that is turned on for 20 seconds and 5 minutes. So, there we have to do 2 calculations. Equals to P multiplied by T. So, the power is 60 watts. It is multiplied by the time, 20 seconds. 6 into 2, 120. We will get the final answer in joules. And it has worked for 5 minutes as well. So, there we have to multiply to get it again. Power is 60 watts. Time is 5 minutes. So, minutes into seconds multiplying by 60. That is minutes. So, we will be getting 6 into 6 into 5. 18,000 joule. So, this is how we have to go with the calculations. Definitely you have to use the units in each calculation. Right. Next, final heading. Alternating current and direct current. An alternating current AC is one that continuously changes its direction going back and forth around a circuit. So, what they are telling is the alternating current is when flowing through the circuit, the alternating current always changes its directions, which means the direct current won't. It travels steadily from positive to negative. These two definitions I have showed in 2 graphs. Here alternating current, it is changing its direction, and the direct current is directly moving from positive to negative. So, that's all for today. Let's meet with another video. Thank you. Stay home and stay safe.